friends, I'm Laura and welcome to my garden. Today I'm going to give you a mid-season garden tour, show you how everything's been growing, some of my fails for the season, and some things that are winning so far. We'll see if it continues that way. This process is an ever-evolving journey of learning and adapting and pivoting when necessary. So I'm excited to show you around how the raised garden beds are doing, how everything on the porch is doing, the raised herb garden, and all of that good stuff. So I am excited to have you along on this tour of the garden. And of course, the prettiest thing in the garden, my girl. Hello. Hello, my girl. I love her so much. So much. She's 12 and a half years old, my little border collie baby. And we just found out today that although the doctor suspected she had mouth cancer, she does not. So a very happy day with some crying from just being so relieved. Are you coming back outside, baby? No? I just leave this open for you, okay? Anyway, back to the main point here. What is working, what is not? I've got these, I think they're called foam flowers, or that's the not botanical name for them. Foamy bells. Okay, they're Heucherella Pink Revolution Foamy Bells. This plant I'm having a really hard time with. I need to go through and deadhead it all because, as you can see, the blooms are just totally gone. And it's in shade, and it's been like a good consistency of drying out and then being watered, so I'm not sure what's wrong with it. The only thing I could think of is that it was in the sun when I first got it, and it did dry out back then, so maybe I just need to do a really harsh prune on this and it'll come back. I don't know. I should probably do that with actual snipper tools though, and not my fingernails. Along here we've got my lettuce, which I think, to be honest, is just way too big for the little containers that they're in, these little 4-inch pots. And you can see some of it's kind of dying there, for sure. And the soil's moist because we've had a lot of rain the last week. And that's looking really good, but then these ones are just dead, and I'm not sure what that's about. But I really want to pot all these up soon, and kind of I think I want to plant it in like a rectangular container like this. That one right there. I need to drill drainage holes in the bottom, and then I could just have all my lettuce in this nice little rectangle right here. On this side, this is a tragic loss. I'm really hoping after I deadhead it in the next couple of days that it will bounce back. But over here is what it's supposed to look like. Can you see that difference there? Look at how beautiful and gorgeous and stunning this is. It's such a beautiful display of flowers. There's the pot, and oh my gosh. These are just going nuts over the side. So beautiful. And I think it's celosia in the middle, celosia. I'm still learning a lot of the names for the stuff that I pick up at the nursery. I know pretty much the seed stuff that I started, but learning the stuff that I bought at the store still. Anyway, that has just been flourishing all season long. This one was doing the same thing until about a week ago. And I didn't know why it was dying. And so my only thought was maybe it's been too watery. And so I took this little tomato stake here and I poked it in the bottom drainage hole of this container. Right down there. We got a hole at the bottom. And it turns out it was completely clogged. So all of the intense rain that we've been getting the last week and a half or 2 weeks, all that water was in there and would not come out. And when I put the tomato stake up there and it unclogged whatever was clogging that drainage hole, a ton of water came out. So I have hope that maybe it will revive if I deadhead it, but I don't know. I know some plants, like once root rot starts, you're kind of like done for the season. So we'll see, but I really hope I can make that bounce back. My big concern is, like, obviously with that one looking so stately and gorgeous, if I did head all of this, it's just, it's going to be like a tiny little plant compared to its sister plant. And I really like the symmetry that I had on the porch with them, which I don't have anymore, which is sad, but, you know, doing what I can. Over here, last week I finally took out one of the plants that I had in here, the centerpiece for it, and I planted that over in the shaded part of the garden because it's supposed to be a full shade plant or a partial shade plant, and this is a spot that usually receives full sun. And I replaced the centerpiece with some echinacea, some white coneflower. Really love this sweet little coneflower, and it's just bursting to life. Look at all these blooms. Amazing. We've got some catmint down there. This is a mum that is coming back from last year. We've got some yellow dahlias. Oh no. This is part of what makes gardening so difficult. So, for instance, it's been really rainy the last week and a half, so I didn't think I had to worry about these little dahlias I bought a few days ago. But unfortunately, I'm guessing the foliage just kind of, all the rain bounces off of the plant, and so it never actually reaches the soil because the soil is so fully covered by the foliage. So I'm guessing that's why these are dry, but I definitely need to give them water and deadhead them. Poor little baby. So I got 3 yellow dahlias there that I want to go plant in the garden. And we got some citronella back there. Oh, the sun keeps changing, but it just got really hot out. Citronella right there that I might want to pot up or might leave there. We've got all my plant starts and such, the ones that are still trekking along for this season. Many of them are have been transplanted already. This is what's left. Then of course we have the raised herb garden over here. You can see the little baby lettuce. It's growing so much slower than my lettuce over there, even though these initially started out bigger. However, it looks really good. They look healthy, so that's good. We've got my little lavender here. I just love this smell, and it's reaching for the sun, which is kind of sad, but all of these other herbs totally get scorched. In past years, when they were in full sun, they would just scorch and die because it gets so hot and dry here in North Carolina in the summer. And so I think even though you could tell some of these are reaching for the sun, I'm going to keep it in the shade because you can tell the plants are really healthy that way. Despite the severe prune job I did on them earlier in the season, they've all bounced back. I've got my hellebore down there along with some more vines. Love these. This is a fern I took from a friend to see if I could rescue it because it was dying. I could not rescue it. It is dying, so I need to go ahead and get rid of that. Got my beautiful evergreen winter flowering plants here, and then its twin is over there. And then we'll step down into the yard here and I'll show you what's been going on. I think I could get rid of this grill soon because for our wedding this year, that's on our wish list. We really want to get a new grill, and we both really like the same one, so that's a rarity for us. So I think I could go ahead and get rid of this. I don't know about that. I still need to do the project of leveling the ground and laying down all the new bricks for underneath of our trash and recycling bins. One day I would love to have this enclosed or partially enclosed in some kind of wooden privacy fence. That would be really nice, but that is not going to happen this year. And then, well, hello, Mr. Kitty. Hi. How are you doing, Bender? Hi. Hello. Oh, you are a good kitty. Yes, you are. Yes, you are a good kitty cat. Yes, you are. Yes. Yeah. He's a good kitty. Sometimes he wants love, and sometimes he just wants to stretch and lay and sleep. Anyway, moving right along here, we have got our persimmon tree. And yeah, keep trying to remind my fiance to get another stake in the ground to support her because she has far outgrown her 4-foot stake and needs like an 8-foot stake now, or at least a 7-foot stake. But he had his second round of COVID shot and I've been sick lately, so it has not gotten done because we both have not been feeling good, but hopefully that will get done soon. Oh no. Can you see that bug up there? I don't know if you could see him. He's on that leaf. Yeah, that's probably what caused all the damage to this. And there's a little beetle on there crawling too. Yeah, this poor leaf got eaten up. So I need to come out here and spray this. I did pick up some Captain Jack's organic dead bug spray, so that should be really helpful. Hi, kitty cat. All right, and then let's show you the raised garden beds over here. Oh my goodness, things are really coming into their own here, slowly but surely. So we'll start over in the corner here. My raspberry bush is doing okay, not great, but she's doing okay. And then we've got a couple that are ripening down here. So wonderful and exciting. We've got lots of flowers growing here. I love these gomphrena so much. Aren't they adorable? I don't know. I just love cute little globes like that. They're so sweet. And then we've got my first from seed flowers blooming. Now, I can't remember everything I planted here exactly. I know these are the cosmos I planted, and I planted quite a few of them. I planted everything in a drift, so I had everything really well labeled before it came out in the garden, and because I was doing country style, like cottage country style gardening, I really wanted to plant in drifts so it all looked kind of seamless and blended together, and there's a little bit of everything in each bed. And unfortunately, that means I can't really remember what I planted where since it was all mixed in together. So the seed started off, you know, fantastic in terms of having everything labeled. And then once it got out here, not so much. But this is what we're working with. Something has been out here eating the petals off of my flowers. So I'm going to have to come out here with some organic spray. But how sweet are these? This is the zinnia I got. And then look at this one. How sweet is that? She's so cute. And then how sweet are these little babies? Aren't they so cute? I really like them. So those are a very, very beautiful, like beigey light pink color with the red middle and the yellow around the middle there. And then these ones are, I think, a different variety here. As you can see, they don't quite look the same. And this one's probably been growing longer. Look how tall that middle is. I had no idea they did that. So it's really interesting to watch them grow. Look at the height on that middle guy. Holy moly. Those seem to be doing really well, and you can see where there are lots of new buds forming too. And on my cosmos, no buds forming yet for flowers on those, except, wait a minute. Oh, no. That's more of the other flower tangled in there. So right now my cosmos are just huge and bushy. Look at that. And you can tell, they remind me kind of like carrots of their foliage. It's very soft, but no blooms yet. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Maybe they just take longer to get their blooms. We've got some alyssum from transplant down there. We've got some more back here. Okay, so these cosmos right here, right next door to that first one I transplanted, which is taller, these ones have buds. So hopefully those will get some blooms soon. And again, you can see something's been out here eating my leaves and petals, so I need to do some damage control on that. Something is down here eating this. I think this might be a dahlia. It's got a really big stalk. And then I'm not sure what this is. See, I'm having a hard time remembering everything I planted because I did so many succession sowing stuff, like so many rounds of seed starting and then planting in the garden. This one is my chrysanthemum, which was transplanted from a local flower gardener, and she gifted that to me. Right here, I think this is celosia, and she's doing real nice back there. She's just like a little pop of color hiding behind the greenery. I'm sure that's really pretty for my neighbor though, to get to see all the red blooms all the time. I'll have to remember that next year, since she's staying kind of short, is to plant that up front where I can see it more, because it really pops against the green foliage. Here's a really short Cosmo, and you can see it's got a bud on it too, so that's nice. And it's growing up right next to this Calabrachia right here. Light pink and dark pink one. You can see there's lots of little seed starts in here right now. I need to water everything in because I just sowed some more stuff into the bed, and I am so proud of this. Oh my goodness. It was not planted all that long ago, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I don't know. I'm losing track of time, but oh my goodness, the green beans and the sugar snap peas especially are doing so well. Sorry if you can hear those school buses. I try to come out here like once a week and just wrap them up this trellis as they grow. That way they can be strong and supported properly. Then you can see the view from right there with this really cute dianthus back here. Oh, she's so sweet with the light pink and then like the pops of bright pink in there. So sweet. And then moving right along here, we've got some yellow dahlia, some more chrysanthemum. I won't go through identifying everything because that'll take forever. And you will notice there really is that theme of cottage style gardening where everything is kind of planted in drifts and repeats itself. So this globe amaranth that we have at the very beginning front of the garden beds repeats down here in the back of the garden bed. Some really beautiful white coneflower here. Absolutely love the echinacea. So beautiful. Lots of seed starts in the bed. We've got some more dahlias back there. Beautiful. And look at all these. I think these are all celosia, and they're the pink kind. This one is just too shaded by this plant, and that's why it's suffering, but the rest seem to be doing pretty good, especially the one in full sun. It's so hard to know when you're planting it all and it all looks like tiny little seed starts that the plant is going to get this big and shade out everything that's planted around it. All right, moving right along here, this chrysanthemum is doing so well, and I cannot wait to see it covered with pink blooms this fall. This is one of my favorite plants. You can see how giant this plant is. Look at that beautiful hydrangea. Oh my gosh, I am so in love. She did not have any flowers last year, so I feel like I'm really being rewarded for taking a chance on her and buying her anyway. I picked her up from Pike's Nursery last year, and I think she's called Strawberry Sundae or something like that, where she will be varying shades of pink and white. And oh my gosh, it's just such a stunner. So beautiful with those sweet little flowers. I absolutely love her. Isn't she gorgeous? And she's such a big showstopper, like all the way back from my porch. I can see that she's going to be glorious in full bloom. And then here, I think these are dahlias from the ginormous stalks. It takes up a lot of space. So I don't know next year if I'll want to do as many flowers that get this tall and this bulky. I might stick to, I don't know, some that have bigger flowering impact with less foliage impact, like the coneflowers, which are just beautiful and more flower than foliage. So those are kind of my thoughts as I'm going through with my first year of really flower gardening and learning a lot and seeing how big everything gets from seed starts. You can see all those seed starts back in there that I transplanted. More seed starts over here. We're moving into like a shaded area of the yard here. Some things are doing really good back here. It's kind of hard to tell the difference between some of these plants, but if I go in here and divide this right here is another hydrangea. This is a Bobo hydrangea, and she's supposed to be a dwarf variety, but holy tamale, she's growing a lot. And I pruned her pretty hard this spring. So far, we've only got a few blooms started, so I don't know. I don't think it's because she's in shade. That was my first guess, but I have 3 of these in the front yard, and they are in full sun all day, like scorching hot. And they are not this far along in their blooms yet. So my guess is that strawberry sundae or whatever variety of hydrangea that is just blooms earlier in the season than this one does. But she's getting a start there, so hopefully these will all be flowers in a couple of weeks. Oh, I'm so happy with this. I think this is I forget what it's called, a bleeding heart or something like that. She was struggling and dying up on my porch, and so I moved her over here into full shade where it's nice and damp, and she seems to be rebounding really well. Still no buds or anything. I might need to go through and like deadhead all of these where the petals used to come off of so she can grow all new ones, but hopefully I'll see that rebound. Got some last little things in here, another dahlia back there, which has not rewarded me with any opening blooms yet, which is super disappointing. I think she probably needs full sun, and right now she's in shade and stays very damp, which is not great for dahlias, so I think I need to go ahead and change that. But this is what it's looking like right now. You can see we've got like full shade back here, and then it goes up to full sun as we move right along here. We've got these cute little bee boxes that we installed for next year's carpenter bees, so hopefully they will stop eating at our fences and laying their eggs in there. Yeah, give them a nice place to be. And hopefully save our wood house and our wood fence and all that sort of stuff. So they are just super common in this area and everywhere. Our yard is filled with them every single spring. So trying to be kind and give them proper homes that look and are more attractive to them because they require less work than them burrowing into the wood on our property. And yeah, I figure I will leave it here. I hope you enjoyed this tour of the garden and have enjoyed seeing its progress. It's so surprising to me how I have plants that are 3 and 4 feet tall, and they started off as just these tiny, tiny little seeds. So beautiful.